and they mutter to each other. And within 5 minutes of Kale pawing fruitlessly through the bodies, trying to find something else besides trauma wounds, several other men dressed in the same kind of cloak as this guy right here show up on the scene with an additional carriage, and people kind of get the cue that, okay, show's over, let's go.
They just fucking make a carriage appear. I don't know. Does it have horses on it, or do they take the dead
No,
horses
they
off and
bring
attach it?
everything with... No, like, this crew rolls up with a carriage or two.
Okay, all right, cool.
Like, the carriages that come because they've been called for. Anyway,
During the time we wait for the carriage, I walk up to Crod and I compliment him on his skilled combat and
okay.
perfect technique.
Oh, Crowd responds as he says, "Crowd just do what comes natural." It was nice.
And then under my breath, I want to say,
Nice.
the orc just ruins so much. And then I stand up and I want to head back over to where I was standing previously.
The people in the purple cloaks aren't going to let you do that, regrettably.
Oh, okay. So there is lots. How many are we talking
There's like a dozen or 16 of them.
Okay.
There's a
But you
bunch.
said there was a little bit of time before they showed up, right?
It was a few minutes, tops. Like you were doing these interactions at about the same time
Sure.
as
I
they're
guess he
pulling
was
up.
looting the corpses, huh?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. All right.
So
I'm going to have been like basically bitching out Krog for throwing the guy into the fire. Not on a moral ground, but on a
pragmatic, we could have questioned him.
hell that was all about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, okay. I don't know.
All right. So with these guys in the purple rolling up, we're going to have a scene change. Let me move you guys over to my second shittily constructed map while I go ahead and
All right.
copy some tokens back and forth. This is a much smaller map, so you can feel free to zoom in and adjust your camera.
Okay.
It's also completely black for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps.
You were all blind.
Just a moment.
The magic spell took your eyes.
Damn
The
it.
magic spell took your eyes. Hey. Let me just turn off that fog of war there for you. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there I am.
Oh, we're in Krun's sex dungeon.
Crud sex
Surprise.
dungeon, best sex
Roll.
dungeon.
Roll fortitude.
God.
Crod is the only person I see, though, if you're still copying tokens.
Yeah.
Trying to get you guys in here. Like I don't know what the best way to. Oh, okay. I can just do a thing. I can with the magic of Roll20, I can highlight more things than one at once and bring them
I
to an
think-
area. No.
They should patent that.
Is everyone hearing Max as a robot, by the way? Or am I the
He's
only one?
rolling
a
really
little
hard.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a Borg.
The sex dungeon. Jesus Christ.
It looks very romantic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's it's nicely lit.
Oh, it's the inside of the carriage. Oh. I see.
Okay. So
Big ass fucking carrot.
you have been transported through the magic of plot devising after a carriage ride that you didn't have much of an option to take. It's the carriage ride you can't refuse. Yeah. So you are now you were taken through parts of Waterdeep. They blacked out the outside of the carriage so you couldn't see where exactly you were going until you arrived at the inside stable of presumably a large manor house. And you are led into a moderately lit room, and the walls that are the angled ones are curtains. It's curtained all over the place. And the walls have their ever-burning torches, which are a form of magical light, providing illumination that is not particularly harsh as it is now evening, though there are no windows in this room. All right. The guy right here, this guy, Green Hood, bids you all come forth, and kind of like there are other guards in the room, more like this guy, by the door, and they kind of nudge Ariston forward a little bit.
All right.
I don't think we can move our characters yet.
I can.
Ooh, can't you? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Am I
can.
able to just like? I don't want to move forward. I just kind of want to sit down on the ground with my arms and legs crossed again.
Yeah, it's controlled by Hayden Hall. Like, you should be able to move your character, Max.
I can't. Can you move it from that square and then maybe I can get it? Oh, there we go. I'm good now.
All right,
What?
Radical.
I was
Now you're sitting on Crod's face. Okay.
So it's
Evil
done.
die.
You know, I do what I can.
All right. So the guy in the green hood is sitting on a fairly ornately carved chair. It's like basically a noble's armchair in the middle of this room, and says, "I bid you welcome. It is strange indeed how fate decides to run its course. When I awoke this morning, I had little idea that today would be so unnecessarily exciting. To the matter of why I've insisted you be brought here, it is because I have use of you."
Hayden's looking really uncomfortable.
Okay.
Crod does not like to be used. Say that out
Well,
loud.
he kind of nods and says, "Well, many of my men and informants are not of your particular social strata, and this makes nipping our little problem with anarchists in the bud much more difficult than it should be."
Crod understands some of that.
So, in essence, I will be drafting you lot to rid myself, and by extension, my peers of this ongoing nuisance. Payment will be forthcoming, as long as you can do the tasks I am to assign to you. Know that I am a fair and reasonable patron, but a cruel and relentless foe. It is in your best interests not to cross me.
The
Artonio...
anarchists seem to have crossed you pretty well.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Notice, he simply holds out his hands. I am uninjured, as is Artonio, my
You're
bodyguard.
welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
He kind of gives you like he just gives you a glare.
I smile and wave.
Is there anything else in the room aside from curtains and a chair and fire? lamps?
There's the door behind you, of course, but all of the walls have curtains on them, so you can't tell the exact nature of the room.
And you said that the fire was magically lit.
It's an they're ever burning torches, which are like a form of magical, it's an enchanted torch.
All right.
It doesn't burn with fire, just illumination.
And so, where are the guards exactly? Can I go look at the torch?
Yeah, you could walk over and inspect it. They're the
that's what I'm doing.
orange icons right there. Yeah.
I will be doing that. I pay no heed to anything they're saying in the conversation.
I'm
One
gonna
of the guards,
kind of be
since you're not
signaling
paying
to-
attention, one of the guards slaps you on the hand with the flat of his sword.
I'm not reaching out to touch it or anything. My hands are within my
Okay.
thing. I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm just kind of all right. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm sort of inspecting it for the most part. I don't want to do any rolls or anything. I just kind of
All right. So he's kind of looking at it ooh, this is interesting.
yeah, pretty much.
So the lighting, maybe the lighting's better. Do I notice anything special about the guy now?
Spot check.
See if we can finally pass one of these.
Nope.
I'm gonna help you out here. I feel like I'm pretty curious as well. Oh, even worse.
Will you? Will you help me out?
Well, I'll go for it too.
Detectives and
I want to look at things.
ladies and gentlemen, the detectives.
Look, Crod's
I do
preoccupied.
good
He's
looking
gotta
at
clean out-
Ariston does get a good spot. Finally, Jesus Christ.
Hey man, I got a
So-
clean
clean out a
for my
body out
last
of my
one
axe.
too.
Ariston, because he's been eating his carrots, can see well in this lower light environment, or at all for that matter. The guy in the chair is male and built finely. He might be just a half elf, or he might be fully elven. You can't tell which.
When you say built finely, do you mean body type?
Body type.
Okay.
He's built like
Fine.
a wispy elf, right? He weighs maybe a $105 soaking wet. He's 5'5", 4 or 5, and
Okay.
he'd be a girl if he wasn't an elf. So
Ah, the fates! Damn it! No. All right. While they're sort of
well, you can't defy the fates with that attitude, Kale.
so while everyone is sort of awkwardly staring at this person, I'm going to. I assume this is like the center of the curtains here. Can I like part them at all and see what's on the other side?
One of the guards kind of like starts moving towards you off to the side.
I'm don't care. I'm still going to try and part the curtains and look outside.
He gets there before you part the curtains, and
Man, he's fast.
Rather, he is a man on a mission, friend.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
And yanks your arm away. Is like, don't you even?
All right.
I'm gonna do the
so-
same thing.
See. Can I?
This is all
I'll just rush the curtains.
Can I do an escape artist check real quick? to
This
make
is
sure he
where the
doesn't
party
grab-
wipes.
No, what I'm saying is I'm more interested in like the room than anything that's going on. So I'm trying to appear like
You're acting like an 8-year-old child with ADHD is what you're doing.
basically I have no interest in anything that's going on right now. So am I able to do an escape artist to make sure he doesn't like grab my wrist or some shit like that?
No, he just like pulls you off the curtains. He doesn't like necessarily grab you. He's straight back to the curtains.
Okay,
So,
all right. So as in like he kind of stands like in between myself and the curtains.
just like, don't.
All right.
Please. Don't want this to get messy.
All right, fine. And I just kind of shrug, and then I turn around and I look straight at the person, and I sit down, cross my arms. Like the guard's like standing right behind me. I don't give a shit. And then I'm just like,
Having yourself a little pout.
no.
You're taking that -1 charisma and running with it, aren't you?
Yeah, and then I sit down and I'm just like, all right, say what you need to say. Make this
You're
quick.
like Monkey D. Luffy. Whenever like somebody's expositioning everyone piece. Oh, so they're mystery curtains.
So basically, I'm just like, all right, you have my attention. Make it quick.
Okay. So he says, well then, Artonia will be by this eve at midnight to the Half-Orcs business to bring you your first task. I sincerely recommend patiently waiting for his assuredly timely arrival. So with that, and that bit of exposition being flung at you guys,
Yeah.
we will move on to the next scene. He
has less
takes it.
surface.
You guys get escorted back to the carriage area and driven back to the South Ward, where you make it to Crod's store.
Crowd's getting manhandled a lot today, and so he's pushing people off of him.
Yeah.
Crowd was gonna have a nice afternoon and drinking at the bar and beating up people.
Well, you got to beat up people. What are you complaining about?
Well, but now he's gotta be bothered by some asshole in like a robe.
Some asshole in a robe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The worst kinds
Some
of
snooty
assholes.
know-it-all. Yeah.
Yes, he looked like an elf, so he probably, I don't know,
He probably is an oaf. Yeah.
probably thinks he's
Hey.
hot shit.
Hayden's just kind of leaning around like these fucking nobles. Just
I
like,
know, right? Me and Hayden are just gonna like, chat it up.
I'm just gonna
So we are
sit there.
so
and,
you've-
okay.
by about 9 p.m. that night.
Jesus
You are
Christ, how
back
far
in
away are we?
Crod's.
That's crazy.
What?
Wait, that was so far away. Anyway, continue. Sorry. Yep. 9 p.m.
You find yourself back in. You guys are back at Crod's place. So I'm guessing, begrudgingly, you find yourselves inside there.
Mhm.
The guys in the carriage don't leave until you're all in.
It's just you're not allowed to leave. Don't do anything.
Just.
All right. Well
These
then,
guys are assholes.
I know, just getting handled.
what? Tell us, show us what's the inside of the Crod's fine establishment here.
I have shown you what's the. So,
No, like a verbal description.
Yes, please.
yes, absolutely.
Paint me a
so,
picture.
Let me give a little bit of an idea. Is that the main interior of Crod's of Believe It or Crod is there's a showroom which you're in currently, which has got windows looking outside, and it also has a small stage located right there where
Oh.
Crod does the performance parts, and the staircase for that is right there.
Okay.
Towards this part is where you'll have some of the sideshow exhibits that are currently just permanently on display for the entrance fee. There is a set of double doors right there that lead back, presumably, to a larger part of the building. So, all right, to you guys, what do you do now that you're in Crod's house?
All right. I walk right up to the
Building,
doors
please.
and I open them.
Oh No, get away from there. Like, no. Don't. No, Krod,
How does
Krod's gonna
how does
stop
Krog
you.
say it? How does
Oh,
Krog
Krod's
say
like. Krod says, if you take another step, you're gonna lose your foot.
I turn around and I look at, I assume, the nipple region of the orc. Because he's standing, like, right next to me.
Just
Yeah.
into his bulging pecs.
I punch you with a peck.
And I kind of, like, I say to him,
Just like in the eye socket.
I say to him, Orc, I cannot leave this place due to those what have you guards out there. I intend to make myself comfortable. And then I continue to turn around and open the doors.
Alright. I don't mean to
incoming.
manhandle your character.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna manhandle your character, Dave.
All right. So this being the case, so
Oh,
what
okay,
does
is
Krog
there-
do to stop him from opening the door?
What have you got back there, man?
I'll let him walk, but I want to pick him up so he just like keeps walking. I'll go pick him up.
Oh my god. So roll a strength check. No, this is gonna. Oh, this is fun. Grapple checks.
Hang on,
You're
no,
going
do
to
a
have to
strength check
grapple
because
Kale.
I weigh quite a bit. I'd like to see him.
That
pick
is
me
a
up.
grapple check, and then a strength check if he's gonna lift him.
Look,
First
my
off,
medium
it-
load is 200.
All right.
All right,
That's my
so
medium load.
children, let
Oh,
me open
no.
your character sheets here real quick so that I can check your stats for this.
While they're
This
This
doing
is going to be
that, I want to
interesting
look out
because
the
I have
window,
a pretty
see if the
high
carriage is
escape
still there.
artist.
the
Hayden's kind of-
smoldering wreckage of the carriage is still kind of burning in the
Not that
streets.
carriage, the one that dropped us off.
Oh no, it's gone. At least you can't see it.
Okay.
Hayden's kind of sitting with his like just trying to contain the frustration with the morons that are wrestling at the door.
What do you mean, moron?
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
go across the street and just like watch the front door.
So you go across the street outside, and by the time you make it across the street, there is a man in a purple cloak with his hand on your shoulder, nudging you gently back towards Crod's shop.
No freedom.
It's a plot wizard.
It's a
I
He could be a Tyrannosaurus if you want. I mean, he could be a T-Rex under that cloak, telling you to get back on the fucking path.
all right, fine.
Ah, get back in
But
the
as
path.
as we walk back, I asked if he's ever been impaled on a spear before.
Nice.
Just sort of
No,
casually.
but I've seen lots of people who are nosy and obnoxious like yourself end up just the same way.
I just wanted some fresh air, and someone had to be a
There's plenty of fresh air right next to the door of that building. I
Yeah, right
suggest
next
you
to the
try
big
that fresh
half-orc.
air.
alchemist. God knows what he smelled like.
Back pat shoves you back towards the place, walks off into the night.
Okay, so we're doing this because my escape artist is pretty high.
All right, Rod.
Krog rolled a
Roll.
sad 9.
If you're gonna pick him up, and first you gotta do is get the grapple check.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your
touch him
attack
first,
with your
right?
grapple modifier. So
I've done so.
I believe your grapple is 5, actually.
Okay. Well, do you want to add it or do you want to reroll it?
Grapple is
Reroll.
base attacks and strength, so whatever that is.
There's a grapple.
I'm loving this.
22.
That's a 22. Now you can skip.
Hey, he can't just re-roll that. That's not fair. All right.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
What's that?
That's the sound of the GM telling him to re-roll it.
Isn't
sorry,
escape
Dave.
artist only to break out of a grapple, not to avoid one?
Oh.
Yes, that would be his armor class. He's grappled now. You get an escape artist to see if you can wiggle free, but he's got you.
I'll be gentle.
God fucking damn it.
Mm.
Nope.
Look,
Can I
He's-
please roll hide? Fucking roll 20. Give me something.
He picks you up like he picks you up with one arm and keeps you from going anywhere.
I go limp and shit on him. No, I don't do that.
look, I got this. Look, I'm gonna lift him up. I'm gonna open the double door, and I'm gonna direct him towards the beds upstairs. I'm gonna say, you can rest here. Oh, sorry. You can rest here if you can tell us why there's assholes in robes following us.
So you carry me inside and you take me to your
Yeah.
bed? Is that what you're saying? Because
like a sullen child after a long car trip. Just go to bed.
Orc, I'm flattered, but I have no idea about any of this. And all I intend to do here is wait until I can leave.
Well, you can rest, but don't make a mess.
I don't say anything.
And
Yeah, I'm going to. So, just for some small clarification, Hayden and Krog kind of know each other, like before all this. So I'm going to kind of just stroll back and take a seat at the bench that's back here. But as I do, I'm going to kind of wave at the other guy to follow.
I continue standing by the window, staring out of it.
Do you put your hand on the window and like a raindrop like trickles down? And it's
Oh, definitely.
I fucking love the outside. I don't want to be inside. Anyway, yeah, continue. Sorry.
Then the Cat in the Hat walks in
Yeah.
Crod's
Oh,
shop.
it's kind of
So
sad when
Crod-
that.
we cuts him in half.
There's
Not-
all sorts of crazy shit in Crod's shop. There's like a fake beholder skull hanging from the ceiling. There's like little.
Yeah,
puppets and
how about
stuff.
this,
It's all
Krog?
sorts
It's,
of
stuff,
weird
it's like stuff
What
like that
is
just
in
all
your
over the front part of the store.
Right.
Yeah.
What's back here, Krog? Tell us a little bit.
It's like a toy section at Walmart on Halloween. Like in the back, there's like all sorts of like pots and pans. There's all sorts of like weird sort of alchemical stuff, I believe.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's really all over the place. It's probably pretty
That
messy
right there.
too.
That
Right there.
ping is a workbench. This ping is a messy but fully stocked kitchen, and this is a staircase that leads upstairs to a living quarters with an open barister, so you can like look out all on this. So from upstairs,
Okay.
what it is it's a converted like pub saloon kind of thing
With a
that Crod purchased as an addition to his original store.
Oh, okay. You said there was like alchemist stuff somewhere?
Oh yeah,
There's also-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Fraud.
all sorts of garbage around.
I wish to investigate that wherever that is. If at all
Okay,
possible.
you got to go to bed. You not even.
I think Rod's still holding you.
Oh no,
Like,
I'll let him.
investigating.
I'll give him a little. I'll toss his hair and run, you little scamp.
Well, I have a hoodie on, so that's kind of impossible, but
Where there's a
Also
Crod, there's a
still-
way.
yeah.
Well, then I
Uh,
can use the great axe. What do you want me to do? Do you want it to be adult time? Do you want me to pull out the great axe? No, I'm just kidding.
I just kind of walk away from him and go over to the alchemist stuff, and I sort of like I want to sort of compare what he has to the stuff that I have in my bag, if at all possible.
Do you have a knowledge alchemy?
I do.
Roll knowledge alchemy if you would for me, please. See if you can finally get something above a 5 for a skill check.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
All right, that's
Nice.
that is a strong check. Crod basically has like 80% of what you would expect from a standard like amateur alchemy lab,
Okay.
just strewn across the various tables and surfaces of this downstairs area. None of the volatile, really potent chemicals are there, but a lot of the base ingredients are.
So I assume it's stuff
And-
for like performing and whatnot, by the sounds of
Performing or various odds and ends that you know have alchemical
it.
properties.
So something like maybe like a dry ice, or like maybe like mercury or something like that. You can light on fire.
Stuff
sort of
like
thing.
that, but like the non-volatile stuff.
Okay,
Like
alright.
just dry, long-term storage ingredients.
All right.
So again, 80% or 75 what you expect to be like a standard amateur alchemist, and then roll me a spot and a search.
Okay. It's a
That's
spot.
how you know it's a good store. You have to roll a search check to find anything.
It's not a store. This is like his living quarters guy. Yes, I'm
Gee.
going to have all my junk on display. All right, is that the spot or the search?
That's
spot.
Let me
All right,
roll.
you can see that they're like rolled in search again.
You guys are gonna steal my stocks.
I think the Crod's axes should do bludgeoning damage instead of slashing.
Both, same time.
All right, so you look around and there's so much stuff around that there's a fair chance there's more, but it'd be buried and hard to find without a dedicated amount of time looking for it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna look over at Krog and like, Krog, do you have anything to drink in this place while we're waiting?
Yep, sure do. And I'm gonna go over to my sort of kitchen area and take a sock off of like a sort of carton of ale. It's like an old crusty sock. It's really gross, and I'm just gonna throw you a little carton.
I'm gonna set the I'm gonna say thanks, and then set the exasperate. Just thanks, and then I'm gonna slam the bottle like kind of on the table and just slide it away from me.
Come on, man. That's expensive stuff.
Okay.
Well,
is it actually?
I'm
expensive
sure
stuff?
it was. Was the sock expensive too?
Well, was the bottle open that the sock was hanging in?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, so I want to look at this alcohol. Is there a way that I can sniff and see how much, if it's like what type of alcohol content it is in there?
You can sniff it, sure. Do do a spot
2
check
damage.
with your nose.
Okay, so what's that? 1d20 plus 100.
Roll spot. Like,
Plus
since there isn't a sniff check built into the D&D system.
Knowing you, adding 100, you'd still get a 5.
Yeah, I'd get a 1 on the 1d100. Yep. Spot you said, and that was terrible
Yes.
for me, man. You're making
Yep.
me use my worst skills all the time.
I sure am. All right.
It's not his fault. Your eyeballs are
Well,
just terrible.
with that brilliant sniff check,
Yeah.
you can tell that this was at once a high quality honey ale, which has since soured from being opened for approximately 2 weeks and having a sweaty, horrifying crod sock half dipped in it for about the
All
same
right.
amount.
Here's what I want to do. I want to take out one of my empty vials, and I wish to fill it with whatever's in this container.
Okay. This ale mug has about 3 vials worth of
Just
whatever-
one vial.
oh,
Just
like,
one vial. I just
single vial.
single
all right.
vial. Yes.
I mean,
Add the item. Ale de crod.
yeah, I was gonna say like name it Crod Juice.
That's not
Sure,
ambiguous and
that's-
terrifying.
All right. Cool.
Sure, 1 vial of crod juice. That's
I'm gonna
horrible.
kind of look at him while he does this and just kind of like, what are you?
The fuck are you doing, Kale?
Oh,
For science.
so I finally just get fit up and I look over and says, "All right, so what's your deal? What's your name?"
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think about how I'd answer this. I'm Kale.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Kale, how long have you been in Waterdeep? You don't look like you're from around here.
About
Well,
20
actually,
minutes.
Could I know that?
No.
Could I know that? Like, could I roll
You
for
can.
that? Or?
It's visibly he's not native to Waterdeep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long? Yeah, how long have you been here?
10 minutes before the event that took us, and then the time that I've spent with you. So
10 minutes.
an hour and 20
Dave.
minutes.
Dave, no, we already talked about this.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
I can't remember it, man. I'm sorry.
This falls under the same purview as Lord of the Depths
Okay,
versus
sure.
the Deep.
Yeah, the Lord. Well, yeah, we're now that we're playing Lords of Waterdeep, and
Yeah.
Dave can't remember a goddamn thing ever.
Sorry, man. I just came off work. Give me a break.
No, we talked about this like 2 days ago. Like,
I
this
know.
is,
I
like,
do a lot of
important,
things.
Dave.
I do a lot of
Remember
things.
it. You
Relax.
did.
I'll do this properly. All right.
We got this.
Roughly
Here we
2
go.
weeks. Why are you so concerned with how long I've been here?
Just wanted to know if maybe you had some piece of information as to why a random lord of a city you apparently